Alright, hi everyone, my name is Annie. Today I want to talk about religion, which is often a volatile subject, but it is probably one a lot of people in our class hold dear to our hearts, probably why we were told not to discuss it. And it's understandable, 62% of the United States say they belong to a congregation of a church. However, I think that many people fail to see beyond their own beliefs. Today I'll be exploring a topic I love so much, and that is not just my own faith, but the faith of others. Some background on this is that I grew up in a Catholic school in a kind of lackluster Catholic family, but pretty religious nonetheless. My first taste of theology classes was learning about the saints, church history, and theology in that school, and it was something since first grade I loved. I couldn't get enough of all of that information. But that's still not that unique. The world has over 1 billion Catholics, so I want to prove to you a little bit more about how that turns unique in my life. So I had a pretty solid grasp of Abrahamic religions growing up, and particularly with the Catholic Church, it's pretty easy to find information. We have lots of books and texts and rules lined out very straight for you and 2,000 years of saints and church doctors to tell you all of that. And this is where it gets a little bit unique. At the end of my senior year of high school, I actually spoke at a youth event for over 900 students about my love for theology. And I really started to enjoy public speaking. I spoke at a few other churches about my love for religion. However, that wasn't enough for me. I started to hear on TV about hate. Hate for a group that I was told was similar to mine. We believed in the same God, but had different prophets. Everything on TV told me they were terrorists and sinners. I decided I needed to break those barriers down. In Catholic school, I learned about Judaism, but I never learned about Islam. I really started to look into their texts, into their prophet, and to learn more about this religion I was told was so different from mine. From doing this, I learned that someone you consider to be other really isn't, and that we were all created to love each other in this world, regardless of religious beliefs. The last step on this journey of mine of finding about other people's faiths was to study more on Eastern religions. Islam kind of opened the door for me because Abrahamic religions technically were formed in the East. However, traditional Eastern religions are very different from what I grew up with. The first step with this was to take some field trips with some classes I took at Highline. I started with a Hindu temple. There with a friend, I noticed so much art and beauty that was very different in style to what I grew up with, but very similar in practice to Orthodox Christianity as well as Catholicism. I went into that day thinking we were all so different, but at the end I realized we were all so similar. The next place I went was a Sikh temple. There, I saw amazing generosity and beauty of this religion. I saw great respect for their text that made me want to be more respectful in my own churches. The last place I went was a Buddhist temple where I listened to a speech given by a monk about centering your life on positive traits as well as living with balance. This was a talk I thought anybody in the world could have walked out of learning something new. This experience showed me what it is like to be in a world where you seem so different than others, but at the end of the day, you're all so similar. Before I started my journey to learn more, I was closed-minded and ignorant. However, today I am proud to say that I have greatly benefited from all religions that I have studied. My life has been greatly impacted by Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, and Christianity alike. Greatly. I encourage you to explore outside your own beliefs and see where it can take you. For me, it has led me to want to pursue a career in theology, which can be kind of troubling at times. Hopefully I can go on to study secondary education so that I can teach in a school religion. And I hope that you guys are encouraged to look outside your own beliefs and learn more about what the rest of the world thinks, because you might realize you're not all that different than you thought in the beginning. Thank you guys all for listening.